Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How's it going? Everybody enjoying this early summer weather? Isn't it spectacular? A little sweaty, but hey, it's better than snow. The next time you get in the car and think, wow, it's way too hot, just start thinking that in 6 short months, it could be snowing. And that'll just make you appreciate the heat in your car even more. All right, speaking of end of year summer, let's take a quick opening break with a video about the end of the school year.
The end of the school year is quickly approaching, and kids across the country are leaving their teachers' notes, as they prepare to go home for summer vacation. I got my hands on some of these notes that some of the kids wrote, and one thing is clear: kids are honest. Okay, check out this one. Miss Nunn, you were a good teacher this year, but not my favorite ever. Not even close. Bye, Brian. Here's one. Miss Stevens, I'm sorry your cat died, but at least you won't smell as dirty anymore. Little Michael. Little something for your summer break. Check this out. Miss Mandy, you can move my seat anywhere, and I will still talk a lot. I just will. Now, you think about that this summer. Stacy. I don't care where you move me, I'm talking. All right, here's one right here. I like you, Miss Klein. If I had to choose between you being killed or me not getting to eat dessert, I'd choose for you not to be killed. Patrick. Y'all need to take this boy's video games. I'm telling you right now, it's too much killing him. And finally, this was a good one. Mr. Michaels, you made second grade fun. I know you will enjoy the bars this summer. Love, Kristen. And then they drew a drink with an umbrella in it.
All righty. I know you will enjoy the bars this summer. Well, there you have that. One has to wonder what that teacher did during the school year to have that child leave that note for them at the end of the year. I'm just saying. All righty. Let's move forward. It's always a good time to hear from our friends at Guaranteed Rate, and I think this morning we have my good friend Jose Vladimir. Jose, good morning.
Good morning, and bottoms up, everybody. Let's have a drink. Happy Wednesday. My name is Jose Vladimir from Guaranteed Rate Affinity. Your bilingual Spanish-speaking loan officer. Happy to be here with you today. Today's topic is show me the money. In reference to a borrower buying a home, they have to show where their money to buy their property is coming from. And there are several sources. You have the borrower's own funds, gift funds, seller help only for closing costs, lender assistance also for closing costs, and down payment assistance programs like CHFA or Guaranteed Rates Shanoa program. But today's focus is going to be on gift funds. So who can give a gift? Essentially anybody for the most part. Immediate family members, soon to be family members, domestic partners, and of course, our friendly and ever-caring government. If you're doing an FHA mortgage, however, FHA will allow for friends to provide a gift, employers or unions to provide a gift, and also churches and charitable organizations. So who cannot give a gift? Who's off limits? Essentially, realtors, builders, and the sellers of the property. However, a gift and a credit are two different stories. So please, let's keep that in mind. The gift has to be documented. The lender needs to see paperwork, the paper trail, the breadcrumbs of the money leaving the donor's account going into the recipient's account, and there has to be a signed gift letter. Now that the economy is opening, restaurants are opening, we have beautiful weather, soon we're going to be having our wedding seasons coming up. Guess what? Wedding gifts can be used for to cover closing costs and a mortgage. Just one more thing, conventional financing, they have a little nuances with gifts, because if a mortgage, conventional mortgage has private mortgage insurance, the private mortgage insurer, they underwrite the file and they do have their own overlays when it comes to gift funds. With that said, should you have any questions about this topic? Would you like to, if you have any follow-ups or questions about it, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, reach out to my friend John Krakaris or Kristen Polachek. We are here to help you, as always, with your success in mind. I am Jose Vladimir, your Spanish-speaking bilingual loan officer from Guaranteed Rate Affinity, wishing you a wonderful Wednesday, a blessed day. God bless America and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jose. Thank you so much for that great information. Always a pleasure to see you. So let's get moving with some announcements. I think I see my friend Kimberly on today. Hey, Kimberly, would you do me a favor? Instead of me announcing your class today at 1 o'clock, could you just give us a 30-second intro to what that is, tease, and invite people to come and join you today?
Okay, guys. Hi, good morning, everyone. If you're interested in learning how I doubled my business, went from bronze to double gold during the pandemic in 2020, please join me at my Zoom class at 1 o'clock today. I'll teach you how I have my business 100% referrals. I don't cold call, door knock, open houses. I just love on the people I work with, and they love me back with referrals. So if you're interested in joining us and finding out how I did it, and I'm doing it now, just call the Zoom class this session at 1 o'clock this afternoon. How's that, Rick?
It's brilliant. Thank you so much. You guys, you don't want to miss that. The most impressive part about what Kimberly just said is doubling her business in a year where some people kind of went sideways. Some people allowed the market to kind of help them skyrocket. Kimberly used strategy to more than double her business in 2020. And that was a strategy about creating referrals from people that she knows. So if you're interested in how she did that, she will share that with you at 1 o'clock today.
Also, Rick, real quick, just a big shout out to Kimberly. Thank you, Kimberly, for coming from Contribution and offering to teach us that, because you are just awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. And another thank you to Sky Minkler yesterday, who ran a great class on listing presentations. It's such a pleasure to be in business with such talented and giving people. So take advantage of their talent, take advantage of their willingness to share, and do plug in. Learn, learn, learn. So as you know, June 9th is today, and June 9th is the day that the MLS codes that we talked about on Monday go into effect. I just want to give you, I just popped in the chat box a link to this, just in case you need a reminder about what these new codes are. That link brings you right here, which is the MLS In the Know Smart Desk, with a discussion here about new active status flags. We have under contract, continue to show, under contract, and then the little flags under agreement, under review, and Hubbard. So you can read all about that right at that link on the MLS if you need a refresher course. Just remember that those go into effect today. So if you're out there looking for property or marking your own listings, know that those codes will be different for you today. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, so therefore we have 3 things that have to get done. We need to update you on where you stand on listings. We need to have a wheel of names spin for insurance referrals and a wheel of names spin for concierge. So let's get right into it. Listings, we are now 5.5 weeks into our challenge, which ends at June the 30th. We are pushing for 358 new listings between May the 1st and June the 30th. So in a 60-day period of time, 5.5 weeks in, you should be at 248 new listings. 248. You are not at 248 new listings. You are actually at 255 new listings. Woo, baby. You just keep killing it. I keep wondering when I'm going to wake up and see that we might need to do a little extra lifting, but that's just not the case. So yet again, I say, take advantage of the fact, everyone look to the left, everyone look to the right, everyone look up, everyone look down. So everyone you just saw in your little Brady Bunch, it was awesome because it was just like having Carol, Mike Brady on my screen when you were all doing that. Right? Everybody you just looked at, clearly massively talented and deciding to kill the market anyway, regardless of what people are pushing out there, that there's a shortage of inventory, you're deciding to just show up and prove them wrong. So I appreciate that. Keep up the great work. Let us know how we can assist you to continue to uncover and take more and more inventory to drive the market. You know what? If the economy depends on housing and housing depends on Keller Williams, we may just have to just pick up that ball and run with it, right? We will have to take the burden of economic recovery all on our own because you're doing it already. Excellent job, excellent job. So Wheel of Names, we have insurance and we have concierge. As you know, we have a minimum of 10 referrals and submissions in each of those. This week, we had 7 insurance referrals and 7 concierge submissions. So we fell just a smidge short of that Wheel of Names spin. It's kind of a shame because I was going to up the number from $100 to $1,000 today for each spin. But unfortunately, we don't have enough referrals or submissions to spin either one. So I think I'm going to take that $900 a piece and maybe buy a plane ticket somewhere. I'm not sure what. But maybe next week, you know, so dive back in. If you've sold a home in the last couple of days and you haven't passed an insurance referral, you haven't used those concierge services, go ahead and go backwards and get that done so that you are certainly in the drawing for next week when I may just decide to take that extra $900 out of my pocket. You never can tell. That's the beauty of live Brady Bunch television. All righty. So a week and a half ago, we had a conversation about questions. We had a conversation about the importance of questions and the necessity of you asking yourself better and better questions to have better answers for your business, better answers for your life. And I gave you some homework that we then had to delay a couple of times in reviewing. So I hope you all saw my email this morning that we were finally going to open that back up to have you bring your homework back and share some of the questions that you've now spent the last 10 days or so working on to make sure that when you get up in the morning or you go to bed at night, you're asking yourself brilliant questions so that your brain spends its time seeking out answers to those brilliant questions. And so I'm going to shut up and I'm going to offer just unmute if you have questions that you wrote over the last week or so that you want to share with your colleagues, because we can all learn from listening to those questions that you have written. Oh my goodness, not all at once, please, please. Jeannie.
I will go first. So the question was, what activities do I need to achieve my financial goals? So it's 4 more investment properties this year. I already bought one in April, so I'm a little late up with my foot surgery, but the next one is going to be July, and then I have September, and then hopefully November, and then December. So I've now put into play a specific target date for those properties.
That's brilliant. And so read the question one more time.
The question was, what activities do I need to do to achieve my financial goal? And my financial goal is passive investment property income.
Beautiful. Great question. Do me a favor, as if you're able to, after you read out your question, pop it in the chat so that people can see it and we can compile them for a little bit later on. And Jeannie, here's the good news. You don't need to be able to walk to write a check. So you can buy a property this weekend. Woohoo! Who else? Who else spent some time writing great questions? Silva, go ahead.
I did spend 10 days writing questions and thinking about what to say when this session finally comes to fruition. So I created 5 questions. I also created a video, which is thanks to you and dedicated to you. So here are my 5 questions. Have you ever missed on a dream business opportunity because someone told you it was not for you? What is the best business advice you ever got? What is the best business advice you would give to your child in 10th grade? What is the business advice you would give to your spouse or partner who is on a crossroad? And then I'm going to give you a bonus because Rick, you always give us bonus. If you are going to write a self-help book, what would it be about? And then the last one, should one be taught to embrace pain as a necessary part of success and growth?
Wow, those are some powerful questions.
Thank you.
I love the if you were going to write a self-help book, what would it be about? Boy, that's probably a really, I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that for myself.
Can I say one more thing very
Of
quickly?
course.
I read a book from Jamie Kern Lima, and it's called Believe It. And she is one of the self-made billionaires. So North today, a young girl, read it. And she says, the greatest risk any of us will take is to be seen as we truly are.
Mm-hmm. Right. Authenticity, right? Authenticity can be really powerful. It can also be really scary, right? Depending on your frame of mind, right? A lot of that has to do with mindset, abundance versus scarcity. Authenticity equals awesome. Very good. Thank you, Silva. I appreciate that. If you want to pop those in the chat, that would be awesome.
I did. I actually posted the link to my video that I created. If anyone would like to listen to it, I will appreciate it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Who else wants to share a question that they wrote over the last 10 days?
I can ask a question. I don't have the definite answer. So I think we all should think about our big why we're doing it, at least, I know, maybe for a year, because it can change. And for everybody, it's going to be different answer. So, but I think it's a very important question, maybe the first to ask, and then everything else comes from it, like the tree.
Yeah, I love that, right? So the question of what is my big why? What is my purpose? What's the foundation of what's driving me, right? Every morning when I get up, right? Keep working on writing those questions so that it rings true for you. If you think big why sounds like somebody else wrote it, well, that's A, because somebody else did write it. But B, if that doesn't sing to you, well, change it. Talk about purpose. Talk about foundational function. Talk about whatever it is you believe. That's why writing a question and then writing it over and over again and adapting it to make sure it sings to you is so crystal. It creates crystal clarity over time. Mara, go ahead.
I wrote, what makes me feel motivated, excited, and inspired.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Right. So what makes me feel motivated, excited, and inspired? And then
yes.
the follow-up question that I would offer to that is, how am I going to live inside of those three words, right? What am I going to do to make sure that I'm doing the things that create that kind of motivation, excitement, and inspiration for me?
Exactly.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Anybody else? We've got about 1 minute left. All right, okay, Kate, go ahead.
Sorry, and mine is simple, but what were some practical things I can do to help change my mindset? To go for, coming to work for myself kind of for the first time. What are things I can do to change that mindset so that I'm more proactive?
I love that. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So I'm going to turn it over to Adonis for Marty Miller. And what I'll do is I did write some of my own that I will share, but I want to make sure that we get to Marty Miller. So I'll pop them in the chat if you're interested in some of the questions that I've been asking myself of late. But Adonis, take us to Marty Miller this morning.
Excellent. So today, Marty's going to talk about how you can do a bulk action to a contact. So if you have more than one action you need to do to a contact, Marty's going to show you how to do it. Kimberly's excited. Let's go.
Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 5.0. And today is day 7. So we are focusing on our contacts applet as of late. And today I'm going to show you some bulk actions that you can take with your contacts database. So as you continue to grow this and add more and more contacts and leads and agents, etc., you may find the need to take action with more than one contact at a time. We call those bulk actions. In order to show the bulk action menu, you do need to click at least one of the checkboxes next to your contacts. Now, if you just have one checked, it's not really a bulk action. So you could check multiple of them, and this would then allow you to take whatever action we're going to do with at least these 4. In addition, I can always check this box, and that's going to select however many that I have on the screen up to 500. So I'm not sure if I showed you this earlier, but if I click on this show 1 through blank button here, I can see 10 contacts on the screen at one time, 25, 50, up to 100 or 500. My recommendation when you're doing things for 500, it can take some time. So my recommendation is typically to do it in no greater than 100 at a time. So if I click on this box, it's going to then select 100. I can uncheck and then just check maybe these 4. So let's look at the bulk action menu. When I click on this, you can see there's an entire drop down of menu options that we can use. So add note, pretty simple, basically just going to allow you to add a note title and description. And then that note would then show up inside the contact record in their timeline and also underneath the notes section. In addition, we can do a bulk action that allows us to archive, which essentially moves all of the contacts that we have selected into kind of a holding account that we can find under the settings menu, and we can later go in and delete. And we'll do a video on that later on. But you can add a bulk activity. So let's say both of these individuals show up for a meeting that I have, and I want to log the fact that I had that meeting. I can do add bulk activity, and then I can select meeting. Maybe I'm making my lead generation and lead follow-up calls, and I go through and I call all of these people that are on this list. Man, I'm just knocking them out. I get all the way down to Cesar. All right, so I want to log all 14 of those calls. Again, I can do a bulk action, bulk activity, and log the call. If I were texting them from something other than my Twilio account, I could log the fact that I had put in a text, and then I can also log a quick note. So quick note, basically there's no title, it just has a description. Pretty similar though to the bulk action of add note. In addition, if I have Twilio enabled inside of my applications, which we talked about previously, I can send out a bulk SMS. Now, of course, I want to make sure that I'm doing this in a TCPA friendly and compliant sort of way, but this sends one text message to each one of these contacts. It is not a group text. It is a bulk text, meaning it's one text and they will each receive it individually. I can also add them to an email list, which we'll get later into inside of campaigns, but essentially I can create an email campaign, create an email to be sent out, and then target a specific list of recipients for that email. Make a copy and share. This is really a team-based functionality. I don't actually recommend this for teams as a heads up, but if for some reason you do find a need, instead of assigning a contact as a team, you want to actually share the copy, you could use this. In addition, we've talked about leads versus contacts yesterday. So if I wanted to mark all of these individuals as leads in bulk, I can do that. I can also unmark them all in bulk. Finally, if I want to add all of these contacts to a smart plan, I can click on add to smart plan. It would say which smart plan do I want to use. I can select it, and then I can choose from here, because I have 14 contacts selected, to start them all now, to start them all at a future date, or I really love this option. We'll probably go over it again when we get into smart plans, but the ability to add in groups. So I've got 14 individuals. I can say, hey, command, let's stagger add them to the smart plan no more than 3 days. 3 per day, excuse me. So 3 will get added today, 3 would get added tomorrow, 3 would get added on Friday, and then Saturday, and then finally we would have 2 added on Sunday, because that would be the end of our 14. So that's the bulk action. That stagger add is only available when you are using bulk action to add to SmartPlan more than one contact at once. In addition, on our bulk actions, we have some export features. These are available if you are an individual agent, if you are a rainmaker, or if you are on a team as a team member and have unlimited permission level. If for any reason you're in your account and you see these grayed out or you don't see them at all, it's most likely because you are either not the rainmaker or you are on a team and you have standard or enhanced permission levels. Those two permission levels do not allow for exporting. But you can export your contacts as a rainmaker or individual agent. It brings them into the same CSV file that we discussed on day 4 so that you could then use those contacts for anything else you see fit. You can also export for mailing labels. And finally, if you are on a team, you can change the account of all of these contacts. You can see I am in the personal account for the RTT Rainmaker. If I wanted to move them all to the team account, I could do that in bulk, and the option is called change account. So that's it for today, your bulk action menu. Know that these can be used after you filter. So we talked yesterday about filtering for contacts or leads. Maybe you filter for a specific group of contacts, and then you're going to do a specific action. One quick note, I don't think I talked about bulk tags. You can add bulk tags to contacts. However, you notice there is no remove bulk tags. So with great power comes great responsibility. Be very careful in using the bulk tag action because there is no way to remove tags in bulk. So you want to make really sure. You can see on this account, this test account, someone has come through and bulk tagged at least these first, 25 or so with the buyer tag. In order for me to remove that tag from all of these contacts, I would have to go one by one by one. That would take some significant time. So be really careful on the bulk tag option. That's it for today, guys. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And as always, I'll look forward to talking to you again real soon. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Marty. We look forward to talking to you as well. Yes, I caught that Uncle Ben quote for sure. So tomorrow we're going to talk about archiving, restoring, and exporting your contacts, plus the dreaded database wipe, if you're into that kind of thing. So we'll see you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. All right. Bye-bye. Have a good day, everybody. All right. Bye, Alex. Bye, Tony Derbyshire. Bye, Frank.